covering your community. You're watching ABC 5 at 6.
Good evening. So glad that you're with us tonight on this Monday night. The 81st Annual Montana State Fair is going strong. We have tons of fun things to come at you tonight. And I'm Kara Kirtley with All Your Live Fair.
And I'm Emily Scarlett. We are really kicking things off on the right foot. We've got rides, fried food, tons of fun. This year's theme is a chilling good time, and the weather is really letting us do that despite some of the clouds. Adam, what's going on? Are you chilling over there?
I am. Our latest severe thunderstorm warnings have expired. We are keeping a close eye on a strong storm near Fort Benton tonight in central Choteau County. This could contain hail to the size of pennies, wind gusts to 50 miles per hour, and brief heavy rain. So if you're in the path of one of these storms, come into shelter in a sturdy building away from windows. Much more coming up in your pinpoint forecast. Kara, Emily?
Thanks a lot, Adam. Well, as you can see, we're having a great time. Come on out here. We'd love to see you out here, too.
And we want to see you guys out here, and if you're on your way out here, here's some things that you need to know. As Emily said, the theme for this year is a chillin' good time. And the gates open at 11 o'clock in the morning. All weekday long, they're going to close at 11 o'clock at night. But this weekend, open an hour later until midnight. You can buy your tickets at the Expo Park box office.
And admission to the fair is $8 for adults, $5 for seniors and kids, and children 5 and under get in free. Now, Kara, I'm looking at all these rides. They look like so much fun. It's really tempting. I want to try some of them out.
That is one of my very most favorite thing to do at a state fair is ride the rides. And Mike Cronin and I, we just couldn't wait. And in fact, I think Mike might be riding a ride right now. So take it away, Mike.
Thanks, Kara and Emily. I'm riding on the Ferris wheel right now at the 81st Annual Montana State Fair. I'm a little lonely right now riding by myself, but I'm having fun nonetheless. The weather is gorgeous. People are out and about. You know, the week is just starting, but the fun is continuing. Kara, what are you up to?
Mike, this is your cameraman. Kara kind of took off without me to ride her favorite ride. She's apparently having a good time with their two new friends, Danny and Maddie. So I'm going to toss it back to Emily because she's the only person I could find. Yeah, back to you, Emily.
Now, we're having so much fun right here in Great Falls, but it's also day 3 of the 2012 Olympics. ABC's Tom Rivers has more from London. Take a look.
It was back into the pool for America's men and women, and with it, a lot of gold. 17-year-old Missy Franklin captured her first top medal in the 100 backstroke, as did Matt Grievers, who set a new Olympic record for the men. Teammate Nick Thoman won silver. But in the 200 freestyle, favorite Ryan Lochte disappointed, finishing 4th and medalless. For Team USA, a medal of any color was just not in the cards for the men's gymnastics squad. Defending champion China captured the gold, but it was perhaps Great Britain's silver turned to bronze for a team which had not medaled in that sport in 100 years that became the automatic crowd favorite. It's London, it's the Olympics, and perhaps there's nothing more entertaining than the iconic sport of royal watching. Today, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge headed a delegation of Windsors as the Queen's granddaughter, Zara Phillips, continued her bid for Olympic success. Phillips, who made a solid debut in the dressage yesterday, completed the difficult and dangerous portion of the equestrian event, as only the British can put it, in very good time. American tennis royalty had no problem advancing in their respective rounds. Venus Williams began her bid for a record 4th Olympic gold, beating Sara Errani of Italy. Sister Serena also advanced. In men's play, American Andy Roddick moved forward, as did John Isner. Wimbledon champ Roger Federer had no problem advancing as well. And American Marty Malloy took home a bronze medal in judo to add to the American count.
And now, while we're out here riding rides, drinking delicious homemade lemonade, somebody's got to be doing the serious news. And that someone is ABC5's Steve Newton. He's in the studio, and he has more.
Thank you, Emily and Kara. First tonight, we are receiving reports of a grass fire burning near Great Falls. Multiple volunteer crews are responding. We'll update you as we learn more. And now an update regarding a fire burning on the Continental Divide. This widely seen plume of smoke, this is actually from earlier in the month, the Elbow Pass Fire Complex. The Rapid Creek Fire started in the Flathead National Forest over the weekend and burned as many as 5 miles of terrain Sunday, taking it over the divide and toward the Elbow Pass Fire.
The Rapid Fire lived up to its name by starting over on the west side of the Continental Divide on the Flathead National Forest, but moving rapidly to the east over the divide through the observation pass area and is currently very close or perhaps has burned into the Elbow Pass fire. We're trying to figure out where the perimeter is, get that mapped.
Fire management teams are expected to arrive in Augusta Tuesday. At last check, 2 helicopters and 38 personnel have been combating the Elbow Pass fire. And crews are searching for a 19-year-old man in Glacier National Park after he failed to return from a day hike Saturday. Jason Kreiser, a seasonal employee at Lake McDonald Lodge, was reported overdue Saturday evening. Rangers found Kreiser's vehicle at Logan Pass Visitors Center. Members of the Flathead County Mountain Search and Rescue Team and the U.S. Border Patrol are assisting in the search. Kreiser is 6'2", has short black curly hair, as you see, and a black beard. Officials believe he's wearing a yellow sweatshirt and khaki pants and carrying a gray and yellow backpack. If you're in the Logan Pass, Hidden Lake, Floral Park, or Avalanche Lake area over the weekend and may have seen Kreiser, please call Park Dispatch at 888-7800. Now, as summer drags on, blood supplies nationwide are critically low, and Montana is feeling it. The American Red Cross announced today the supply of blood nationwide is, quote, critically low. The nice weather nationwide this spring is attributed to the shortage as less people are donating blood and more on vacation. Radio stations in Great Falls have been advertising the need for blood this summer, and there have been results.
They've really helped with broadcasting where we're at and when the blood drives are, and I think that informs donors when they can donate or where they can donate. And there's always a demand that blood lasts for 42 days.
The national blood supply usually stabilizes in the fall after the school year starts. For a list of upcoming blood draws across Montana and the nation, visit redcrossblood.org. And school starts in less than a month, and organizations are beginning to collect supplies for those in need. The United Way is doing their 3rd annual Stuff the Bus event this Wednesday at the Target on 10th Avenue South. Last year, the organization collected 3,300 items for school and home. And school supplies are not the only things needed for this event. Toiletry items are needed as well.
Kids that are struggling to get notebooks, are also struggling to get toothbrushes and socks and all of those things. And the fact of the matter is, if you're worried about being able to afford to, buy shampoo and conditioner, you're not going to be focusing on your studies.
If you are unable to drop off supplies Wednesday, you can contact the United Way and arrange a drop-off. If you would like more information, including the supplies needed, please visit the story at kfbb.com later this evening. Those are some of the headlines around Montana. Now let's head things back down to the fair where Kara and Emily are standing by, and you have a guest with you.
Hey, thanks a lot, Steve. Now we have 2 special guests from the Army National Guard. We've got Dylan and Trenton. Now tell us what you do with the State Fair.
Well, what we're doing here at the State Fair is we got a few events set up. We got the Halo Jumper, and we also have the Pugil Sticks, and then we also have Dog Tags. So if you want something customized, you can put it on there.
All right. You want to chip in?
We're also here to let people know about the benefits of joining the Montana Army National Guard, and just basically promoting the Montana Army National Guard to the community.
Okay, well, it sounds like you 2 are doing a great job. Finally, why don't you tell me your favorite part of the State Fair?
Oh, my favorite part of the State Fair, it's got to be the slingshot.
Yeah?
Definitely, yeah.
I'm with him, and interacting with all the people and coming up to us and telling different stories about when they were in the military and other careers. So
well, I keep hearing about this slingshot. I guess I've got to try it out. Thanks so much, guys. Now we're going to head over to Kara. She's joining us with the BIC concessions. What's going on, Kara?
That's right. We're here. I like to call them the lemonade stand, folks. They're the BIC concessions, and their lemonade is so good. And also, I hear that you guys have some pipes on you, so take it away.
Squad up! Hoorah! Uh-oh, no. Uh-oh, no. We're ready to pour, we're ready to go. We're ready to pour, we're ready to go. Lemonade is just for me. Lemonade is just for me. Try a cup and then you'll see. Try a cup and then you'll see. Uh-oh, no. Uh-oh, no. We love it here, don't wanna go. We love it here, don't wanna go. We're having fun down at the fair. We're having fun down at the fair. The best lemonade is always here. The best lemonade is always here. Uh-oh, no. Uh-oh, no. We hope you all enjoyed the show. We hope you all enjoyed the show. Hoorah! Hoorah!
Oh, that was so great. Thank you guys so much. And another big part of the fair is a livestock competition. ABC5's Rachel Osley has more on the rabbits.
We're here in the rabbit and poultry barn. Now, when I think about 4-H, I think about livestock and cattle, showing horses. But as I discovered this morning, rabbits are more than just cuteness in a cage. They can be shown competitively, too. There are about 50 breeds of rabbits, each one with its own standard of unique attributes to be judged on.
Like a meat rabbit, you're going to want a lot of meat on that animal. A Netherland dwarf, they're as big as a squirrel.
4-H competitions are more about learning while having fun, so judging is less strict compared to other competitions.
These aren't hundreds of dollars that you've spent on this animal. You know, it's just maybe a $20 rabbit.
Rhiannon is a 4-H senior in her 11th and final year. Her family has been breeding rabbits for a decade. Matchmaking plays a big role in the best show animal.
Like putting a puzzle together, trying to get all the good pieces, put them together to get a finished product.
Front legs have 5 toenails, 4 plus a dew claw, which all have been trimmed.
Unlike other rabbit shows, 4-H contestants play a very active role in showing their rabbit.
Lets the kids branch out, tell you exactly what they know and how they've cared for the animal.
This teaches showmanship skills like public speaking.
Knowing good showmanship skills and being able to just show yourself off, show your rabbit off, but not being overly cocky and confident about it.
One of the best parts about breeding and showing rabbits is the convenience of their size and trainability, giving the child a lot of independence.
It's a one-on-one. It's not like the mom and dad have to help and, you know, bucket 5 gallons of water to a large animal or anything like that.
I don't really do it for the rewards anymore. I just do it to be able to show, have fun.
Rhiannon won a grand champion ribbon this morning, but she says she's not going to miss the thrill and pride of winning nearly as much as she will miss the people.
I'll put on a seminar for 4-H, and then you get to watch them, and they'll come out grand and reserve, and it's just a really big accomplishment to be able to see I helped them with that, and they did well.
I'm joined by novice 4-H member Erica Newman. Now, can you tell me who's this?
This is my rabbit Bunny.
And what can you tell us about her?
Well, she is a mini Rex, and her color is black-orange tri.
Very interesting. So I see this. How would you show the colors for the judges?
Well, you show them you show them how they go forward and then back. You show them that way, their fur.
Now, this is your first year competing with the rabbits. Now, what was the judging experience like for you?
Well, it is actually very difficult to show a rabbit, but it's pretty fun, and the judges are difficult too.
How did you do today?
I got reserve champion in my division, which is novice, and yes, I got reserve.
Well, congratulations. Well, good luck to you and Bunny in your 4-H career. Live at the Montana State Fair, Rachel Osley, ABC 5.
Well, Adam, they say if you don't like the weather in Montana, just wait 10 minutes. We saw that earlier. We had to run inside right before the 5 because a huge dust storm came up, and it's kind of getting overcloudy now. So what's going on?
Yeah, the raindrops, well, they've stopped. The gusty winds have slowed down. I'm actually expecting clearing skies later tonight. Still keeping an eye on Fort Benton with some strong thunderstorms moving through your area. We're going to take a look at your complete pinpoint forecast coming up. Here's a look at tonight's Montana State highs.
Pinpointing weather in your neighborhood. Your Pinpoint Weather Forecast starts now.
Welcome back. Still a fair amount of cloud cover on our Stockman Bank Tower cam, but again, I am expecting clearing skies into the evening hours. Let's take you back down here to the Montana State Fair. Already the center of summer. It's hard to believe, but this is the best time to enjoy all the rides, all of the fun, all of the food, of course, the concerts. Let's take a look at some more weather tonight. We had high temperatures reaching well into the 90s. In fact, 98 now for Great Falls, 95 in Helena. This is near record heat for this time of the year. All that hot air is coming out of the desert south. Also a push of some minimal moisture. It's been a couple of isolated storms tonight. And one of these moving near Fort Benton. We do have reports of clear conditions from the airport in Great Falls, also the reporting site in Cut Bank in Helena. There's that stationary boundary. There could be some of these stronger storms in the Fort Benton area. So the chance for some gusty winds, small hail, lightning, and brief heavy rain. Be on the lookout, and if a storm moves near you, come into shelter. 81 in Lewistown, a little cooler, 91 in Great Falls, 96 in Havre, on fire there, 92 in Helena, and 88 in Cut Bank. It looks like wind speeds in general, they're less than 10 miles per hour. Again, you could get some gusty winds near some of these isolated storm cells into the evening hours. Our Futurecast model will put it into motion. It's going to show another afternoon pop-up storm just in the southwest tomorrow. This going on near the higher elevations. Later in the week, we'll see a stronger storm system. 50s and 60s, so overnight lows are right in that comfort zone. Leave the windows open, cool things off. Tomorrow, you're going to need to run the air conditioning again. Check out our high temperatures by the prime heat of the day. 92 in Great Falls, 93 in Helena, Lewistown in the 80s, Fort Benton, 94 degrees. There's our hot spot, around 90 in Stanford. Cutbank on your way into the 80s, above average heat. Looks like a light breeze, gusts near 20 miles per hour through the afternoon. Conrad, 89, around 84 in Browning. Higher heat, Glasgow, 95, 98 in Wolf Point, and 94 in Chinook. Havre, right there with you. Blazing sunshine throughout the day. In fact, we're in the low 90s, so if you're coming to the fair at noon, about 85 degrees. Primetime heat in the 90s, around 3 and 4, and then by 5, 6, we're in the upper 80s into the evening. So Wednesday, Thursday, the heat's starting to slip a little for us, which will be more manageable. Friday comes around, we've got a 20% chance for storms, and then that warm air hangs around into the upcoming weekend in Helena. Looks like the hottest day is going to be Tuesday, and we'll keep skies clear in the capital.
Well, Adam, do you know what one of my favorite part about the fair is?
Petting zoo?
The petting zoo is up there, but it's the food. The food's so great. So
that's right. And Mike Cronin is he's making us jealous because he's getting a taste of some of that great fair food. Coming up next on ABC 5.
Welcome back to the 81st Annual Montana State Fair. Are you hungry? Even if you're not, I promise you're going to be after this segment. I'm joined now by Patrick O'Brien with Bourbon Chicken Skewers. And Patrick, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for letting me be here.
So when people think about a fair, I mean, what comes to mind? It's fried food, it's the cotton candy, the stuff that's relatively unhealthy for you. But you take kind of a different approach to that. Today we're going to be tasting some Bourbon Chicken Skewers over jasmine rice, some steamed vegetables with drawn butter. And tell me a little bit about the preparation that goes behind making this food.
Well, these are bourbon chicken skewers, and they're our signature item. It's a traditional bourbon chicken recipe, and of course we cook it over an open flame, which is quite different.
Yeah, and how popular is this one? It looks delicious.
It's our most popular item. We finish it with our own proprietary bourbon glaze. So.
So this is a glaze that you put on it?
It's a glaze we finish it with after the cooking process.
That's delicious.
Thank you.
You're a Montana guy. You're from Great Falls. This is your first time out to the fair. What's it like for you coming out here to your hometown and being a part of this fair?
Well, it's absolutely fantastic. Being here in the Montana State Fair is great, and I love being at the fair.
That's terrific. And tell me about the rice that you got here that goes with the chicken.
Yeah, no, we insist on a certain type of prime grade Thai rice, and then we pour our own proprietary bourbon sauce over it. It's actually, we use the same recipe as the marinade, flame the alcohol off from it, and that creates the sauce for the jasmine rice bowl over there.
And now the vegetables with the drawn butter?
We steam those vegetables, and we drawn butter is butter that's been heated sufficiently to cook it and concentrate it, so it has great butter flavor, and you can get it with or without that if you like.
Terrific. He's Patrick O'Brien with Bourbon Chicken Skewers. They'll be here till Sunday. Make sure to come on out here, say hello, or go to their website, bourbonchickenskewers.com. Jerry Riles will be back with the check of sports. Be right back.
From the station that's committed to complete sports coverage, Sports Central starts now.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jerry Riles. Now, the Glasgow Reds moved through the Class A Legion tournament with relative ease. Undefeated, they met the Mission Valley Mariners today in the championship game, a team they beat earlier in the tournament. Glasgow only needed one win, while the Mariners, they had to knock them off twice for the title. Mission Valley's Justin Everett was in the zone today, mowing down Reds hitters left and right. And with a high heater here, he picks up one of his 13 strikeouts in 6 innings of work. Everett took a no-hitter into the 6th inning before it was finally broken up. Bottom of the 6th, runners on second and third for the man they call Zeke. Ezekiel Webster Yaqui with the single up the middle. 2 runs come on around the score. Mission Valley gets it done with an 11-3 win, forcing a winner-take-all game for the championship. The Mariners picking up game 2 right where they left off. Top of 5, already 5-2. Jonathan Koso walks Zeke with the bases loaded. Glasgow struggled with pitching and defense all day. 14 errors in 2 games for the Reds. A costly one here as the next batter is Chris Clary. And with 2 out, he smashes one to the warning track in right center. The center fielder can't make the play. All 3 runs come on in to score. And it's the Mission Valley Mariners, your 2012 State A Legion champions. Now, with the second half of the 2012 Pioneer League season underway, the first half champs, Voyagers, must have thought their short break was a little longer. A terrible start to part 2 of the schedule. Last night, the Missoula Osprey dealt the North Division leaders a brutal smackdown with a 12-0 beatdown. The Voyagers weren't the only ones getting beat up. Even an ump right here takes a shot. He'd be okay, though. But if they want to match their first half mark of 24-14 or come even close to that, they'll need to get back to their winning ways tonight against the Mustangs in Billings. Now, manager Ryan Newman knows he'll need to do whatever it takes to get his championship team caliber ready to go in hopes of finishing strong come season's end. Outfielder Kyle Robinson, he's on board with the skip and very confident the Boyers will get back to their productive ways in preparation for the playoffs.
Second half, I just say we keep doing the same thing we've been doing, the whole first half, playing, good sound fundamental baseball. And, those last few weeks leading up to the end of the second half, then we really start to get gelling again and get hot, and then hopefully it carries us into the playoffs.
Now, same story today as it's been throughout the season. The Voyagers in the top spot and the Brewers in the cellar. But despite being 11 games in back, the Pioneer League North, as the second half of the season begins, attitudes are on the rise. The Brewers are at Pioneer League worst, 13-26, but with the win tonight against the Osprey, they would move to a tie for second within the division. That's the beauty of the league. Now, regardless of your first half record, you can still reach the playoffs if you have the best record in the second half. While the Brew Crew was winless in their home stand against Billings, they took the series from the #1 team out of the South, the Ogden Raptors. Now, with most of their losses close, Helena is looking to keep their heads up and expect big things in the second half of the season.
Our morale is, very positive in the clubhouse because we know everything that we did in the first half doesn't matter. Thankfully for us, some teams are kind of wishing it did, but thankfully for us, we get a fresh start, get to play how we really think we can play. So just now it's time to do it.
And Pioneer League Baseball South Division action tonight. Grand Junction's at Idaho Falls taking on the Chuckers. 7:15 first pitch. The Owls and Raptors would square off just after 7 p.m. at Lindquist Field. That, of course, in Utah. That's a look at sports. Folks, we'll go back out to the fair and say a final goodbye with the team.